All right, guys, welcome back to another Men Against Nonsense. This is a movement. It is not entertainment. Hope you guys are having a blessed day. We're going to get all up into this one. Headline says, naked, intoxicated man attacks officers. Wow.
A naked man who Ackworth police say was high on drugs punched an officer and kicked another.
Fox 5's Denise Dillon tells us what happened.
Police got a call from here at the Deerfield Lodge. A naked man was causing a disturbance. Police say when the first officer pulled up, the naked man attacked her.
Heard a lot of banging around. And it sounded like a scuffle.
Mike Pointer was at the Deerfield Lodge Sunday evening when he heard screams from the room upstairs.
And then somebody was like, help, help.
Police say Kelly Holcomb, who was bare naked, entered one of the rooms at the motel and punched a woman in the eye and a man in the face. Ackworth police say the couple had no idea who Holcomb was.
He was naked and believed to be intoxicated on multiple different types of drugs.
Officer Tanisha Palarchi was the first to respond.
Wow.
She approached Holcomb and...
Wow, hey, listen. This, I can keep this short and sweet. Hey, guys, don't use substances that put you out of your mental capacity. It's very important that you don't use substances that take you out of your mental cognition, your ability to function, to be conscious, to do and make wise choices. If you're taking substances that alter your mind state, you're engaging in nonsense. It's just that simple. And you need to be a man against nonsense. Not, again, people will say, oh, you're a prude, you know, just having some fun. Well, this is where fun goes wrong. Fun does go wrong. It can and will go wrong, right? So we have to operate with the no-nonsense policy, okay? Again, I've mentioned on different videos, I am not anti-alcohol. I like alcohol. But I know that I need to be home when I'm consuming alcohol, and I need to go nowhere. Nowhere. And when I say nowhere, I mean nowhere. Okay? Now, on occasion, I have drank alcohol at my brother's residence, and him being a man against nonsense, and I appreciate him for it, say, hey, look, nope, you're not leaving. Not too sober up, drink some water, take a nap, and go home in the morning. Because that's what men do for men that they love. Real men. Okay? Real men don't let other men engage in nonsense. Let me say that one more time. Real men don't let other men engage in nonsense. Let's get back to the...
Police say Holcomb started hitting her and put her in a chokehold.
During the fight, she...
hold on. Again, especially if using these substances is going to make you hit a woman. This is absolute nonsense. You have no reason to hit a woman. No reason to hit a woman. Except for the one exception I mention all the time. There's one exception. She is trying to murder you. That's it. Murder. Other than that, you don't hit a woman. You don't. Let alone argue with her. I've mentioned that on several occasions, several videos. Go look through my content. Go look through my content. I stand firm on that. There's no reason to argue with a woman. You shouldn't be. Especially if that woman is not your wife. Right? Because disagreements will arise in marriage. Okay? And sometimes those things have to be hashed out. That is true. However, you still have to have a hard limit on how much you're going to argue. Because it can lead to your detriment. And that is a fact. And there are plenty of men in prison right now because it started from an argument.
Injuries to her face, and also had a tooth that was lost during the fight.
During the struggle, Officer Palarchi called for assistance. Holcomb kicked one of the backup officers. They tried to restrain him, even used a taser. They
look like they did a little more than restrain him. You look at that picture, they did a little more than restrain. But yeah, You know, I mean, when you do stupid things, you get stupid results. I mean, it just is what it is. I mean, if you throw hard objects in your blender, you break your blender. That's just like, that's what happens if you throw electronic devices that are plugged in to water. You short circuit the house. These things happen when you do dumb things. Dumb things happen. This is, you know, I am anti-police brutality, just to be clear, but when you're acting in a rage and you're clearly showing that you're uncontrollable, someone will control you, and the end result will not look good. And this is why I advocate for men not to use drugs. No drugs, and limit your alcohol consumption, please, please, please. Know your limit, please, please.
While officers were trying to...
Oh, and speaking of knowing your limit, you know the limits of your car, don't you? You know how fast you can drive your car till you feel uncomfortable or you lose control. Most men do, because most men love to drive, statistically. And so you know the limit of your car, statistically. Men know the limits of their car. And usually people don't push the limits of their car unless they're willing to die, right? And so when we talk about alcohol consumption, know the limits of your body. Just know the limit and don't push it, because when you push it, you're taking a risk.
Restrained the suspect. Metro EMS arrived on scene to assist and was able to administer a sedative to calm Holcomb down.
Holcomb was taken to the hospital and then to jail. Officer Pilarchi is
Yeah,
doing okay and is expected to return to work by the end of the week.
Just, it hurts me to hear about the young police officer, what happened to her. And,
right. Then he hit a female police officer, which is just ridiculous. My personal opinion is that women shouldn't be police officers or soldiers. That's my personal opinion. There's a reason for that. The primary reason is a biblical reason. If you read the book of Numbers, God charges the men to defend the nation, not the women. That's just a fact. You know, you don't have to like that, but that's a fact, and this is the reason, because biologically we're stronger and faster. It just is true. You don't have to believe that, but it is statistically true that more often than not, a man and woman of the same size and build, the man will be stronger and faster. It just is what it is. It's not debatable. And the point is, for all of this that I'm saying, is that men, control yourself. Do not abuse substances. Do not harm women. Do not put women in harm's way. And I think our society really needs to rethink these things where we have, you know, female police officers. That's something we need to think. We need to have a real conversation about that. We really do need to have a real conversation about that. And it's not to say that some of them can't handle themselves. They sure can, because a pistol is a great equalizer, of course. And I advocate that women are trained in self-defense, especially with a pistol, because it equalizes the thing. Because you have some men who are not going to act like men, and they're going to engage in nonsense, and they think that hitting a woman is okay and perfectly acceptable. I don't. In which case, if she has a pistol, she can neutralize, right? But I've probably said too much, and I don't want to get a strike over such a minute issue. Anyway, guys, if you like the content, subscribe, share, press that like button. There are support links in the description below. I'll catch you guys on the next one.